Hello everybody. Thanks for joining me. You're at Perfectly Imperfect Designs, and today I'm going to make a cross for fall. I try to make one for every season, every holiday. Today I'm not using a yardstick though. I'm going to be using a 5-gallon paint stir stick. So what I have done is cut a piece off of the stir stick. This is 14 inches cut off of the 5-gallon paint stick, and I have a regular paint stick laying this way that is 20 inches long. So I measured down to where I wanted to put my crossbar. I put mine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches down. So I'm going to place my crossbar right here. I marked where my center is. I have 6 inches on both sides going out. Okay, let me see. So I'm going to glue this to the one on the bottom. I'm using E6000 and hot glue. I'm using hot glue so that I'll have instant hold, and E6000 for permanent hold. I hope you all find this video interesting. If you do, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications every time I go live or upload new content. Okay, I want this down just a little bit more. Make sure I've got it on the right 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, I do. Okay. I want mine down about right, pull it down a little bit more, about right here. So I've got hot glue and E6000. Now I'm going to just clip it together. Do it from this side too. I'm going to let the glue set up. When I get back, I'm going to show you. I'm going to paint it. The color that I've chose to use is Spiced Berry by Spiced Berry by Apple Barrel, and this can be found at Walmart. I thought it was a pretty fall color. It says I'm making a fall cross out of the paint sticks. That would be perfect. I'm gonna let this set up, be back to paint, and we'll get going. Okay, I'm back and I'm going to paint my cross. I just do it so that it has a more finished look, because you're going to be able to see what's on it from the back, and I want this to be painted over. And I wanted to tell you guys, from the very top of our cross down is 7 inches where I placed the crossbar, and again the crossbar is 14 inches wide. So I'm going to start painting. Our glue has set up. Yeah, I like this color for fall. I'm going to continue to paint the front and the back of the cross, and when I get back we'll start decorating it. I'm going to show you how I use the wood burner to cut the poly burlap, and I also wanted to introduce Whittle again. For you guys that remember him, he was much tinier then. His name's Whittle, like whittling a stick, and he's always by me while I'm crafting. He's just beautiful, aren't you, Whittle? So yeah, if you've been with me for a while, you saw Whittle in a lot of videos. He knows when I'm getting ready to make a video because he'll get up on my desk. So, okay, for the poly burlap. I got my cutting board marked at 10 inches. This is 10 inches wide. So I'm going to line it up right there. Oh, just put a weight on it, and I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut on the 10-inch mark. Right down there. The reason why I'm using a wood burner is it helps the fray. Poly burlap frays like crazy, you guys. So let's do one more. I'm using several different colors of poly burlap today. Make sure if you do this, you wear a mask and you're in a well ventilated area. It does put off fumes if you can see the smoke. So I have my beige color or tan. I'm going to do the exact same thing with the green. Lay it out. Put something heavy right there. You can find this wood burner at Walmart in the craft section. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut up all of my mesh, and when I get back I'll show you how to make the petal and how I'm going to put it on our paint stick cross. Okay y'all, I'm back. I have both sides of the paint stick cross painted. I love this color. I think it looks very much like fall. So, turned out really good. Oh, and I wanted to tell you, after I painted it, I put on this Waverly Inspirations varnish. It's a matte varnish, and it's for indoors or outdoors. The mesh that I'm using today is all going to be waterproof, but the bow, it will stand up too. Not in the direct elements. You know, it's a good idea to hang your cross, if you make one, to hang it under an awning or something like that and protect it from the weather. And of course, I used it on the wood because it needed something to be weatherproof. So after I painted it, the color that I used, what was that again? Spice Berry. I went over it with the varnish. You could also just use Mod Podge if that's what you have, and it would work just as well. So let's get into this now. First thing I'm going to do is put a hanger on this, because after we get all the petals on, it's difficult to find a space to put the hanger. So I have here 22 gauge wire, but I'm going to double it. Going to double it, and then I'm going to twist it together so that I have a nice strong wire. Okay, now that I have it twisted together, I'm just going to take it, put it around the neck of the top of the paint stick. Turn it over. I'm going to twist it on super tight so that it's not going anywhere. Then I'll take the two remaining wires and tie them on to themselves to make a loop. And this is very, very sturdy. It's not going to go anywhere. This is how I put ties on all of my paint stick swags that I've made, or yardstick crosses. Okay, this is on there really good. Cut off the ends. And there you have it. Yeah, we have our hanger. Okay, I'm going to start at the bottom. Let me show you what we're going to do for petals. Of course, I'm making my regular petal, the same kind that I make for all of my crosses. So, you have your mesh, your 10-inch mesh. Both manufacturer side at the top and the bottom. Turn it so that the finished side is to the left. Then I'm going to pull up the bottom, match it up at the top, turn it around. If it doesn't match perfectly, that's no big deal. You know, just do it the best that you can. Start at the point and just go straight up. Flip it. For today's cross, I'm going to be using fall colors. I just think it'll turn out really pretty. Now you have an option here. I have these rubber bands that I got from the Dollar Tree. You could tie the end of your petal with the rubber band. Or you can use a zip tie. Wrap the zip tie around it. I'll show you one that already has a zip tie around it. You want your little bitty nub on the bottom to stick out about, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch. Then I take, I'm going to need my trash can for this. Then I take my scissors and cut this part off. So as we're placing it into the cross, it's not too bulky. And you come up with this. It's called the Rita petal, flower petal. I like to call it the angel wing petal. This is what you come up with. I'll do it with one more piece, and then we'll move on to putting them on the cross. This one I'll tie with a zip tie. Forgot what I was saying there for a minute. Okay, finished edge, top, bottom. Our piece is cut exactly at 10 inches because it's 10-inch mesh, and we cut it at 10 inches. So then I'm going to turn it, finished side to my left when it's in diamond shape. Bring the bottom up to match the top. Turn it around. Try to match up your edges the best that you can. Start at the point and go straight up. Okay, this is actually the first time that I've ever used paint sticks to make a cross. I just was sitting around thinking, I thought, well, why not? Paint sticks are easy to come by. And I've heard from a lot of you that it's hard to find yardsticks. I don't have a problem finding them, but if you do where you live, you may consider this option instead. So this is the one that has the zip tie around it. I simply take my scissors and cut it off. And make a mess. That's okay. Every crafter I know has a messy craft room. Okay, so now we're going to get started on the petals. Hopefully I'm in view. Okay, I've made up a bunch of my petals beforehand, of course, like I always do. And we want these ends to be really smooth because you do not want this to scratch someone's door. I'm going to cut these even a little bit better. Okay, that's sticking out now. And we will work around this. I'm going to put it like that until we get, I'll just lay it down until we get to the top. We're starting at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and add the zip ties to the paint stick cross. Not sure how many I'm going to need again, but probably quite a few. Whoa. Also, you guys, If you don't want to put anything around the bottom of your petal at all, say you don't have the rubber bands and you don't have a lot of zip ties, you can just put your zip ties on here, take your petal after you make it, and you know, like this rubber band's not here, take your petal after you make it and just slip it onto the zip tie that's already on the cross. You wouldn't have to have anything really securing your petal together. You would just slip it right onto the cross. And we'll put a few more on here. Alright, let's get started. I'm going to start with the green poly burlap petal. Gotta get my needle nose pliers. Okay, I want to show you how far up on the bottom of the paint stick cross my zip tie is. Just that little bitty bit. And I'll straighten it up after I get the rest of the petals on. Okay, we started with green. I hope it's bright enough for you guys to see. Now we're moving on to orange. Orange is next. Pull the zip tie down. Place the orange right above the green, making sure that this little nub is laying flat on the paint stick. Because you want it to lay flat right above the other nub of the previous petal. Tighten it up. Okay, now we're moving on to tan. I have a tan colored petal. I really wanted to find as many fall colors that I could. And I work with poly burlap a lot, so I had it. The only one that I didn't have that I wish I would have had was dark brown. But that's okay, because I have most of the fall colors incorporated into this. And like I said, I've never made a paint stick cross before, so we'll see how it turns out. I can't imagine it being any different than my yardstick cross, but you know, you never do know till you do it. Next, I'm using red. Definitely have a lot of red going on in the fall. Tighten it up. Now we move on to yellow. Ooh, doesn't that look pretty up against everything? I just love it. Now, you guys, if you don't have poly burlap, don't worry about it. Use what you have. It'll all be okay. You can use deco mesh. You can use any type of deco mesh would work. And deco mesh is waterproof as well. Regular deco mesh. Now, fabric mesh would not stand up well in the elements. Okay, now we're going to move on to orange again. Okay, we're going to go back to the green again. Let me add some more zip ties. So far on the bottom we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals. these on. Remember, you don't want to tighten your zip tie very tight because then you won't be able to get the little petal nub up underneath it. I think I'll put about 4 more on it and then I'll add if I need to. Move these up out of my way. It's just easier to already have them on the paint stick so that you're not trying to put, hold your petal, put the zip tie on, and fiddle with everything. It's just so much easier to already have it on there. Okay, now we go back to green. Some things are still green in the fall. I live in Indiana and it's beautiful in the fall. Okay, tighten this one up. And every time you put one on, you want to kind of spread them out so that they're not all clumped together. Now we're moving on to orange. I'm just repeating the pattern. And sorry about my air conditioner on, you guys. Our air conditioner broke and we now have air conditioners in the windows. But hey, I'm not complaining. I'm not hot, so. Okay, we move back to the orange. Now we're moving on to the red. Up underneath there, and when it does get tighter as you go up. Now yellow. And I want to pull this one down a little bit because I want my 4 petals that meet here in the middle to be orange. I thought about making them yellow, but I changed my mind. So let me know in the comments below, have you ever seen anybody make a cross wreath out of paint sticks? I make paint stick swags with ruffles and curls and that, but I've never made a paint stick cross. Okay, now orange, because that's what I want to end on. Put it right here. It's going to be a tight fit. We cut the little bottom. I'm going to use one that's already cut off. For some reason I skipped cutting the nubs off the bottom of some of them. Okay. Put the orange one in and we've completed the bottom part of the cross. Well, I tied that too tight. I zipped it too tight. It happens, you guys. I just want to make it barely click. Okay. Now I can put it in. Right up against there, just like that, to where it's up above the crossbar. Tighten it and cut it off. Okay, now I'm going to turn the cross around your way so that we can start doing the top. Do you guys like it? Oh, I think it's so pretty. Please, you guys, if you would, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the bell so you'll be notified every time I go live. Excuse me. or upload new content. And in the description box below, please leave me a pumpkin emoji if you would, or a leaf, since the cross is fall colors. That would be awesome. If you have any questions or concerns about what I'm doing, please let me know in the description box below. Okay, up here we're going to start with green, because we started down there with green. We got to make everything match. So I'm going to go ahead and put some zip ties on here. How many will I get up here? I don't want to get our tie mixed in. So I think I'll just put 2 on. I can always add. I want to work around this hanger that I put on here. So we're starting with green, just like we did at the bottom. Pull the zip tie up. Tighten it. Let me see if it's on good enough. Yep. Tighten it. Cut it off. Next one is going to be orange. I'm going to get one more on there before we run into the hanger. And it's going to be the tan color. Yeah, this one's going to go above the hanger that we put on. Oh. Nice. Tighten this one down. Turn it over and see if it interfered with the hanger. And no, it didn't. So now we have that hanger in place. Now red. I need to get some more zip ties on the cross. I think it's super cool. Who would have thought of it? A cross made out of 5-gallon paint stick stirrers. Stirrers. It's hard to say. I really hope you're enjoying this video. Check out my other videos of the yardstick crosses that I've made if you want to. Okay, how many got? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put 4 on for now. Now we go back to red. Move these out of my way. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I had a child to attend to. Okay, I went ahead and opted to put the green on. Turn my light back up. I went ahead and put the green back on. Now we're going to go to yellow. Get it on there as tight as I can. I want orange on all 4 sides of the center. That's why I'm doing it like this. Wasn't going to have the green, and I thought, you know, why not? There's green in the fall. Some things stay green all year round. Evergreen trees do. Okay. Now, complete this top with the orange. I want the nub of it to sit right up on top of that crossbar, just like the one right here. Pull it through. It gets really tight right here. And my bow is going to cover up all of the imperfections right here in the middle. All of the mechanics. There we go. And I'll go through and adjust my petals so that all the zip ties are covered. The flatter you can lay them, the better luck you'll have with that. Okay, let's see. Moving on to the crossbar. Okay, let's load it up. We'll start out with 5. I didn't know if I wanted that to add that other green, but I did. And I'm glad I did. I think it looks pretty. If you would, you guys, let me know what you would add to this cross as far as autumn. Or any cross that you, I mean, you don't have to make an autumn cross. You can make any kind of cross. You can make an everyday cross. Okay, I'll put one more on. I think this is going to be really pretty for Thanksgiving. Let me get my petals. Of course, we're starting with green because we have green on all the other parts of the cross. Pull it up. Whoa. It's on there. Okay, pull the next one down. Going to orange. Pull it up over the little nub. Make sure it's in the middle. I'm losing my hand strength as I get older, so I use my needle nose pliers. Okay, tan. I wasn't too sure about using the tan. If I would have had a really dark brown, I think that would have looked pretty, but I didn't have it, so I went with what I had on hand. Red. Sorry it's so quiet, you guys. It's raining here. I can hear the rain hitting the roof. It's quite relaxing. Okay, red. Then we're going to go to yellow. There goes the air conditioner back on. I hope it's not too loud. I don't know how to edit out background noise, so this is real life. Yellow, and now we'll place our final orange down. Get another zip tie on here. I really am happy with the way it's turning out so far. I really wish I would have thought of a paint stick cross earlier, but I didn't. And now I'm doing it. So, okay, pull the zip tie up and over it. There's going to be a bow right there in the middle, so it turned out perfect. I had just enough petals to get to the middle. Tighten it up. Make Cat's going crazy. Let my cat in real quick. Come on, precious. There you go. Alright, we're going to start on the other side. Let me turn it around. Okay, you guys, let's get right into making the bow. Start out with the rest 1.5 inch ribbon that I have. Every time I do anything with mesh or ribbon, I have to make sure my end has a clean edge on it. Okay, for this, I don't want super long tails. So I'm only going to go to, I'm going to start out with 10-inch tails, and then I can cut them down. I can't add to it, so put it down in there, twist, and I think I'm going to go at about, I don't want to go too far out because we have a little space we're working with. So I'm going to go about 4.5, twist. Actually, this ribbon is pretty much the same on both sides. I'm just in the habit of twisting that down in there. Bring this to 4.5. Now, I hold my loops up to make sure they're the same. And they are. So I can keep going. Twist. I'll make all the loops with this ribbon at 4.5. This will be the ribbon on the back. Twist. 4.5. So I'm just going to make 2 loops with this particular ribbon. Hold my tail down. Cut it. Now I'm going to go in with this leaf ribbon. I just love this, and it's so appropriate for the cross, for my autumn cross. I'm going to do these tails shorter because I know I'll be cutting the ones below shorter. Okay, we do one. We twisted it. Now this time I'm going to go to the 4. I want to make it a little shorter so you'll see the ribbon below it. Twist. Go to the 4. Down in there, twist. You want to twist every time so the side that does not have the pattern is facing up, and then when you bring your ribbon around, the right side is on top. Twist it again. You want to try to keep this middle bunch right here as flat as you can. Twist. Going for 3 loops on both sides of this with this ribbon. And to the 4 again. Pull up. I like to put my loops where I'm going to want them when I get my bow off of here. It just makes it easier for me. I'm using my Easy Bow bow maker. Okay, now I have to take a zip tie, place it underneath the loops. I went and found the longest one I could find so I didn't have to struggle with it. And I put it on wrong. Tighten it a bit, not all the way. Pull your bow up, off. Slide over the zip tie. Kind of arrange your loops. Make sure they're spread out. Pull it around to the back. Tighten it a little bit more. Now I'm going to place a pipe cleaner in the back, so I'll have something to tie my bow onto the cross with. Tighten it up all the way. Holding on to that zip tie, now I'm going to fluff it out. And really get in there and twist so it'll be full and fluffy. And of course I do this all over again when I get it on the cross. I really love this ribbon, you guys. I think it's so pretty. Okay. Now I can go ahead and cut the zip tie off. I dovetail my ends after I get it on the cross. I'm trying to figure out if I want to cover that zip tie with a piece of, I think I'm going to. I'm going to take a piece of this rust colored ribbon that we started out with, fold it into thirds. There's no sense in wasting it. Wrap it around the middle to cover the zip tie. And tie it in a knot. One knot is sufficient. It's going to stay. Cut those off. Turn it over. Whoop it a bit more. Super cute. Let me grab the cross. And I wanted to tell you guys, after it's completed, it is around 33 inches long and about 25 inches wide. Here's what I use. I use this and I spray it on my entire cross. I spray it on my bow. I spray it on the wood on the back. Never have I ever had a problem with it. Now this is the gloss clear. I would recommend gloss. I have used matte in the past and it just, you need all the shine that you can get. And poly burlap has a little bit of a natural shine to it, so you don't want to take that away with a matte spray. But this is what I use, in case you were wondering, and also it makes it waterproof. Okay. Now I'm going to place the bow down in here. I want it like that. I'll show you guys. Hold on just a second. I have to fuss with it for a minute. Turn it over, trying not to smash my bow. And I will be showing you guys the whole back of it. That's not going anywhere. I got that on there really tight. Tuck that down, push it in. There's nothing that can scratch anyone's door. Let me know if y'all like this bow or what you would have done different. Okay, now for my tails. Trying to figure out if I want to kind of curl them up. I am going to dovetail this long one. Come up with that. See how much longer it is than this one. Go ahead and dovetail this. I'm going to curl them and see if I like it. If I don't, I'm just going to rub my hand up under them like this to give them a little bit of curl. As a matter of fact, I kind of like that. If you're working with wired ribbon, just put your fingers up underneath it. I'm losing my voice again, you guys. I didn't dovetail this one. Okay, I was thinking I could curl. Let me see if I like that. It looks pretty much the same, doesn't it? It's okay that my ribbon tails are not all the exact same length. I like it that way. Okay, and there we go for the bow. Alright, you guys, I'll hold it up in just a minute. Please take a minute to like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Please share my video with family and friends. It helps YouTube notice me a little bit more. Please leave me a pumpkin emoji if you've made it to the end. And I hope you like what I've just created. And I will see you in just a bit. Okay, you guys, this is the finished cross. Hopefully you can see it. And if you've made it this far, please leave me a pumpkin emoji. Please like my video, subscribe if you would, and ring the bell for notifications. I think it turned out really, really pretty. And thank you all so much for watching. My goal is 10,000 subscribers. I'm a little over 8,000 now. So if you would hit the subscribe button, that would be awesome. So here we go. Excuse the mess behind me. I really, really love it. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.